It's a connection between Zoom and YouTube. It's called an API, or an application program interface, to connect Zoom to YouTube. And it should be working, and we should be able to streaming live to YouTube. So that's what I'm going to do. And also, I record to my own computer. Why would I want to record to my own computer? Lev, do you understand what I just said? Lev, I said I record to basically Zoom. I record to the cloud. I stream live to YouTube, and I also record to my own computer. And do you have any idea, Lev, why I would want to record to my own computer?
No.
Okay. Raise your hand if you have any idea why I would want to record to my own computer and not through the internet. What do you think, Ian? Did you understand my question?
Yeah, I did.
Repeat my question.
You're asking why you wanted to save the recording to the computer?
To my own computer,
Yeah.
rather than just, I already am recording it to Zoom's cloud, and I'm already streaming live to YouTube. So why in the world would I want to record to my own computer? Take a guess.
I guess so you have another another way to save it in case like it gets deleted or something like that.
Right. One is, have you ever had the internet go down on you, Ian?
Yeah.
Right. If we were a business, what we would want to do is capture that material, right, and save it. So those are one of the things that I also am recording to my own computer. Okay? So I am here on this end, and let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Sarah Rushanek. I go by Dr. Rush. It's easy for everyone to know. I am a professor at the University of Miami, a tenured full professor in business technology and also health informatics. I also work in the medical school for what they call translational research. What does translational research mean? Taking their research and being able, in the medical school, and being able to educate the layperson and also bringing their research to product. I consult with a number of companies in the area of technology, and especially in the area of artificial intelligence. I consult with Fortune 500 companies and also startups as well, in terms of entrepreneurs. And what I do is many times research, and I share my research with my classes. So you will be with me discovering new applications that can be used in business. I have my educational degrees are from Tel Aviv University and also the University of Texas at Austin. And I've done lectures throughout the world and also have taught at the UCLA and USF, and also the University of California in San Francisco, and also at USC. And once you'll see it, is this class will go over the course syllabus, and we'll see how we will be doing in this class. Okay? Anytime we have a chat, if you see down below, you see chat down below, you can be using that chat. And many times what I'll do is I don't have time to monitor the chat all the time. So what I'd like to do is usually I'll have 2 students volunteer just to look periodically at the chat and then interrupt me at certain times to ask me to elaborate on certain questions that are not clear to the students. Do you understand that, Justin? So we'll use the chat. So what I'm looking for every class is to have 2 volunteers. It's part of class participation to allow them to monitor the chat. So do I have 2 volunteers today? All you have to do is look at the chat and let me know if there's something that I need to deal with. I'll stop at appropriate times and they're saying, is there anything in the chat that I need to address? So raise your hand if you're willing today to be monitors for the chat. So Maggie right away raised her hand, and Ian. So we'll use Maggie and Ian, and you see how it is already. I'm trying to involve students, and I must admit, online, it's easy to be distracted. Everybody agree? It's easy to say, oh, let me look at my phone. Let me turn off my camera. Let me go make something to eat. I'll make a little omelet or something. That's not how we work here. So we're going to try to encourage it. I call on students even when you don't answer and even when you don't raise your hand. So you have information about me. And one of the things that I do is, you see how Maggie and Ian, I asked you ready to participate. Students that really love this class and really like to be involved, what I do is I have you become what I call teaching assistants in training. What does that mean? That you will get the materials a bit earlier to get feedback, give me feedback and feedback to other students. So if you're interested in that, as we go along, I'll be looking for volunteers for teaching assistants in training. I also have teaching assistant, and I also have a lead teaching assistant. My teaching assistants and my lead teaching assistants have been my students in my class. You got it, Lev? So they've been students, and what I like to do is sometimes you can reach out to your teaching assistant for clarification, to help you with homeworks, to ask about the homework gradings. My teaching assistant for this class is Isa Vasquez. You see her? Isa has been in my class and she was excellent. She challenged me. She was like the most studious in terms of exams. And when she studied, she would say, Dr. Rush, I disagree with that, your interpretation. I read somewhere that it said something else. And she was reluctant a bit to challenge me. And I said the opposite. I give her extra credit because she did challenge me. So, Isa, do you want to give an introduction to yourself?
Yes. Hi, everybody. My name is Isa Rodriguez. I'm from Colombia. My major is entrepreneurship with a minor in finance and real estate. So as Dr. Rush mentioned, I'm going to be your TA for this semester. So please feel free to reach out if you have any questions. If you need help at all with anything, I'm just an email away. So just remember that.
So, Isa, why don't you do this and put your email in the chat so everybody can see that you reach out to her. If you have questions about any of your grading, any of the assignments, Isa's the person. I appreciate you. And then what I have is, then I have a lead teaching assistant that oversees my teaching assistants and helps me directly with a lot of my activities. And what I've had is Lily Walsh here has been an excellent student in my class, who has also been wanting to not only do well, but to really go well beyond the call of duty. So Lily, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. So hi everyone. My name is Lily Walsh. I'm a junior majoring in accounting and finance from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I think someone else said that they're from Fort Lauderdale, but honestly, I forgot who. I've been with uh, Dr. Rush for, I guess now this is my third semester with her.
Right.
Last year, I was in your position, taking her class, listening to her syllabus, and debating whether which section I wanted to be in. And I was actually in this section exactly like this time last year, which is crazy to think about.
Right. It's
So
a
my
year
job,
gone.
yes, you're gone, crazy. College goes by so fast. Anyway, but my job is to help you guys along the way. So don't feel shy to email me too, with any questions or concerns about assignments, as I will be the one issuing them. And drafting all of the rubrics and stuff about it. So I'll
And-
know a lot.
And and Lily will be in my case section. She'll be taking over that, but she wanted to come to this section just in the beginning to introduce yourself, that you already see what her face, and I appreciate it. And she needs to go to another appointment, and I'll let her go. But I just wanted to let you know that she's available. And that's how I work in terms of, I want to give you basically a way to lead other students and be basically peer to peer. And I think that works out well for more class participation. And one of the things that I'll have Isa do is, when someone doesn't have their webcam on, to basically text them and ask them what is the situation. In order to get attendance, in order to be proper, for instance, we have Brennan there and we don't see his face, right? Or Luke or Andrew. If there's issues, you can address Isa on those. Okay? So Lily, you're welcome to take off, and I'll see you later on today.
Yes, it was nice meeting you all.
Nice meeting all of you as well. So we're able to see that. Okay. Any questions, comments before I continue? Okay. So I think what I want to do is have you get the lay of the land. One of the things about the first day of class, what I'd always liked, I was never behind, right? You're not behind now. And basically to see what is my contract with you and how we're are approaching this. So as I told you, we start on time at 3:35 promptly. I come 10 minutes early. I'd like you, if you can, to appropriately come in. If you have problems with your internet, you can come in and out of it, but we'll proceed. Okay, and then I have Isa, she checks all the chats and let me know. And then I have Ian and Maggie that later on. Is there anything, Ian and Maggie, that I need to know about? This is a good time for me. Anything, Maggie?
Nope, just the emails
Okay.
that they sent.
Okay, all right, perfect. So you have everyone there. So now what I need to do is I'm going to share my screen. And at this point, do you all see my screen? Maggie, do you see my screen?
Yes,
Okay, now Maggie, when you see my screen, Maggie, what are you
Yep.
seeing right here?
I see the whole class.
And where is it? Where is this whole class?
On YouTube.
On YouTube. You remember when I said every class is being streamed? So what you could do, Maggie, is you could go and have someone else join the class if they got, and see that anyone outside of this can see us. Now look at this. I'm going to count here on my thing. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And notice that this looks like it's lagged, doesn't it, Maggie?
Yeah, it's a little behind
It's a little bit behind. Why?
because when it streams, it doesn't fully catch up to where you were.
Well, basically, we start with Zoom, right? And there's going to be a little bit of a lag. And then Zoom goes to YouTube and then streams it. So it's going to 2 servers, Maggie.
Yeah,
And that extra bounce, that extra jump creates some lag time. You see that, Maggie? So
Yeah, I
it's
see that.
creating the lag time, Maggie, but it's not such a big deal when it's a talking head.
Yeah,
But what happens, Ian? Ian, what's your major again?
Finance.
Finance. And if we were basically following the trader in real time and they were doing high frequency trading, would it matter that lag time?
It would probably be more significant, yeah.
Yeah, it would be significant. We wouldn't want to be doing real time and you're following it. And in 5 or 10 seconds, guess what? You've lost that advantage, right? So those are things that we're going to be talking about, Ian. So I'm using Blackboard. you've been in Blackboard, and I have noticed here, it's asking me for the University of Miami account. It's asking me to sign in, right? So, and what is this then, Ian?
The authenticator.
The authenticator, right? So it's going to be an authenticator because it basically, they want to make sure in this case, what?
That it's actually like you that's trying to sign on to it.
That it's basically me that it's approving that I'm signing on, that somebody just hasn't, it's harder because where did that authentication come about? Is what? That authentication comes about where? From on my phone, right? So I have to go to my phone or another token to be able to see that. And we'll have Ian, the head of our security, to come in to see what is the issue. And you can see in many times when we're seeing what is the issue, you can see it. Now, if I go to my courses, notice when I'm going into Blackboard to see my courses, this is good for you to know. You see that I teach 3 classes back to back. Do you see that, Catherine? I teach classes, and this one is in HI, but right after it, I have J, and then I have K. So I'm going to go into HI, which is our section, and you'll notice here I have attendance. So we'll be taking attendance, and the way that you get attendance is we'll be doing it periodically throughout the class. And one of the things that I ask Isa to make sure is your attendance will be counted, especially when you're here and you also have your webcam on. And then we go to the syllabus. And one of the things that I like to see in the syllabus is to see, is this what you want to do? It's basically a contract, right? That you see here, and you see in this case, tentative subject to change, because there are always changes in there. But basically, this is me. You've seen this. My office hours is also remote, and you'll see that I'll end class a bit early so you can stay with me to ask questions. But if you want a longer period of time, on Mondays and Wednesdays between 7:50 and 8:30, I'll be online. This is my K Zoom class, so you can join it there. Or if you can't make it and you need to speak with me, I'll be happy by appointment. This is my email address. We talked already about the course material. You need a laptop, you need a camera, you need an internet connection. If by chance your laptop is in the shop or whatever, you need to find availability. We're going to be using this textbook, Introduction to Information Systems, what we call the Wiley Plus. Here's the course description. We're going to be talking about all senses of technology helping in business. We're going to be talking also about AI tools. We'll be creating websites. We'll be doing recording systems. We'll be talking about AI vibe coding, and also understanding big data analytics, automated systems as well. We're using the Blackboard sites. You can read as much as I do. You can read what the ethics, what the attendance are. You can see here their face in frame and camera. Here's some things if you need holidays, religious holidays, let me know. Arriving late, I expect you to arrive on time. Here's peer review. We'll be doing some work, your projects on peer review. You can read about that. Late assignments, you're going to incur a penalty. There's still a way in which you cannot do late assignments. The first assignment, you cannot turn it in at the end of the semester. It has to be reasonable time. You need to contact your TA, in this case, Isa, to talk about it. Now, we have 2 exams in this class, and the only difference is they're in person. Did you get that, Hunter? The exams we will be doing in person. So it's going to be important to know those dates. If you have travel dates, you're going with your family or something, and you cannot make these dates, this is not for you. We talk about disabilities. I've already gotten a couple of notes that people need more time. What I do for my classes, if you have any disability note, you need to send it to me and also to Isa. Everybody hear that? If you need extended time for test tasting, you need to send it to me and to Isa, and it will be in person. It will be in our designated time. It will be in the computer lab with everyone else. You will just get more time as needed. We talk about the class recordings. We talked about Blackboard and YouTube. We've talked about it. And here you see the weights. Even though we talk about it, I know everyone is very concerned about their grades. And I want to tell you that you have two exams. They're both worth 20%. You have a final project that is a group project, which is worth 25%. I give you assignments, which is worth 25%. And you can see here, Maggie, do you see that participation, quizzes, and attendance is 10%? So already, Maggie, you're on a good roll there, right? In terms of volunteering and answering questions, but this is part of it. So this will be subject to change based on how we do, based on how the class is, but you can look at it is the first week we are going to do the chapter instruction. You know, next Monday is a holiday, and that's when our assignments are due. You can see that we're going to be talking about hardware. We're going to be talking about software. We're going to be talking about intro to AI prompts. We'll be talking about data management. And you can see here we have a number of assignments that we'll be doing. We'll be covering information security, AI software, and on March 2nd will be an exam. What I'd like to do is everybody put in your calendar March 2nd. If you, as I mentioned before, if you have travel plans, then you need to drop the class or you need to change your travel plans. We will physically be there. Otherwise, you can be anywhere in the world taking this class. I've had, even in the beginning, people taking it that haven't gotten back to Miami. They're in Europe. You can take the class. I don't care where you are. We have, basically, you can see here, spring recess on the March 9th. Everybody, I usually don't have to tell you, you know when spring recess is better than me. March 16th, we go into more AI. We go into information systems with the enterprise resource planning. We also do week 12 business analytics. Some of you are majoring in that. And we will be working on a project. Our project is team-based. Our project will be that you will all be AI consultants. One of the things, have you heard about, Catherine? Do you think AI is going to affect your jobs?
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things is I say you're going to have a job if you know AI. So that's what I'm going to be working on. So you'll be AI consultants in different sectors. You can do finance, wealth management, marketing. You can do healthcare, mental health, tutoring. You decide, but it has to be in a certain sector. And then we will have on April 22nd will be our second exam. And we'll be working all the way on our project. And April 27th, we will be doing, that's the last day of class, we will be doing our final presentation. We'll be doing it in Zoom, so the group projects will be there. Okay. Questions? Ian, do I have any questions, or do you have any questions about this course?
Nothing for now.
Anyone else? So what do you think, Ava? Do you have a
Think
question?
about- No, I don't have any questions.
Okay, perfect. So we have two Avas. I have an Ava Lena and I have an Ava Falcone. So maybe I'll say then Ava Falcone every time, okay? Or why don't I call you Ava and then do you mind Ava Lena that I do?
It's okay, yeah.
I'll do Ava Lena so I can distinguish between the two Avas. It's a very nice name. Okay, so now I'm going to share my screen again. So if I want to share my screen again, what I'd like to do is go back, and what do you need to do every time to figure out what's happening in this class is go to the what's due section. So in this case, Ava, do you see here where it says what's due in Blackboard? Ava Falcone?
Yeah.
Okay. And you can see in here what I need to do is you see that I have assignment due Wednesday, January 21st. You see that you need to sign up for Wiley Plus. You need to do the readings in the introduction. You need to do the adaptive assignment and quizzes. And in this case, you also want to register for the New York Times, Wall Street Journal, and the Financial Times, and also read these readings. That's for assignment 1. And then if I go to Wiley Plus and I go to the first chapter and you click the first chapter, every chapter you do in Wiley Plus, these are the readings. So if I click on this reading here, let's see what happens. I see then my bookshelf. Let's see if it comes up something. I see why should I study information systems? This talks about the chapter. And then you need to take what they call an adaptive quiz. This is the adaptive quiz that you need to take. And let me show you. I open up the assignment. And it says hang tight. And it says that I have 10 students that have signed up. And if I look at the students, this is my version. You will get a different version. I have here that Catherine, Casey has signed up, Brennan has signed up, Dominique, Cameron, and then I have others. I have Ian, Ava Patel has signed up, Camila, Luca, and Sienna. No one has started, among these haven't started. My other 30 students need to sign up. And the way you need to sign up is by just clicking on one of the chapters here, and then you can sign up with Wiley. And sometimes you need an account. And if you've been in other courses, you don't even need an account for that. So let me stop sharing for right now. Any questions? So, Sienna, you signed up already. How did you sign up?
I think I've used this in a class before, so I just like clicked the link and then I think it automatically like took me there.
Okay, great. There's another couple of points that I wanted to point out to the whole class is one is you can sign up for a 14-day trial free. Everybody hear that? Justin, did you hear that? You can sign up for a 14-day trial free, and after the 14 days, you can upgrade. If you're in the course pack, how many people are signed up for course pack where you get your classes? The course pack should allow you to get in automatically. So you can just sign in the regular one and you won't have any payments. If you haven't signed up for course pack, then after the 14 days, you need to register. But if you're in the course pack, it should, I've talked to Widely Plus representative, you should not have any paywall with course pack, but let me know. What I'd like you to do for next time, for even this Wednesday, is even start doing that assignment and reading so we know that it starts working. So you understand that, Sienna? So at least we know, because next Monday we don't meet and then it's due on Wednesday. I don't want to be in a situation, you understand, Sienna, that we're kind of in a lag period and say, hey, I couldn't get it to work and now it's due. You would feel really frustrated. It's not even your fault. A lot of things are not under our control. I don't control Wiley Plus, Sienna. So even if there's like a bug, Wiley is down. Could that possibly be? Yes. You know, their server could be down and we couldn't even get access. I can't help on that set. So I'd like, even though it's due next Wednesday, all of this material, because Monday we don't have class, I'd like you even as a group to attempt to do all the exercise, even like one time around, to make sure that it works. You got that, Sienna? So that way, and then everyone else, if it hasn't worked, even during this class right now, is click on the chapter 1 and see if it's working. Ian, have you registered already for this?
I have.
Okay, so once you got it in, and Maggie, have you done that already?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so once you get it in, you can see it. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to share again my screen. And in this case, if I share, let me see what I got here. If I share in this content, you see that I have all my chapters here. And if I go back, you can see that now I've gone through the syllabus. We know where the Zoom meetings is. If I go to Zoom meetings, you can see that I have it in a different spot, but we have our Zoom meetings and then the what's due, and then you have the Wiley Plus. You also have something called quizzes. And on quizzes, you have chapter 1 quiz. Put this in your notes. Under quizzes on chapter 1, let me just show you the background. I'll show you the back end of it. Let me edit the test options. And if you see here in chapter 1, under introductions, I have it make available to students. Everybody see this? But I also have that you can do it 2 times. Your grade will be, your score attempt will be the last grade attempted. So let's say you get 10, you get 9 out of 10, and the second time you get 8 out of 10, you get 8 out of 10. There should be no reasoning behind it. And in this case, I want to take this off. Set timer. I don't even want to have a timer. So in this case, I'm not going to have a timer in this case, but it's going to appear until March 26. And now let me submit. And you'll see that you have chapter 1. So the quizzes you can do twice, but make sure you do it. PowerPoints and ways so you can have the PowerPoints available to you. And if you look at the PowerPoints, you can see that you have the chapters available for the reading. You see on web links, You see a number of web links that you can review. And then my grades and your grades are different. You have your grades. And just so you can see under Grade Center, I have it differently. We haven't done any grading yet. But if I go to grading and I look at full Grade Center, you see that this is for me. I have the full Grade Center, and you can see that I have everyone based on attendance, the final project, assignments, all my assignments due, and my quizzes. And you can see as we do it. Okay? Questions?
Sorry, I have a question. I
Sure.
registered, but it doesn't let me like see the book. I put like the chapter 1, but it's like a blank page, but with all like the pages and everything, but just blank.
Okay, which browser are you using?
Google.
You're using Chrome.
Yeah.
Okay, so stay with me, Nika, afterwards. I'm going to end early and we'll see what the issue is. That's why it's good to try it out, and we'll see what your issue is. What else? Any other questions there? Okay, so one of the things here, Isa, you want to launch a poll, or do you want me to do it?
I can do it. Which one do you want?
Let's do first the major. So we're going to try polls out. Let's try major. Okay, everybody see the poll? Hunter, do you see the poll? So let's have everybody, in this case, what is your major? We're just seeing if the polls are working. Hunter, do you know how to do a poll in Zoom?
I just popped up on my screen and I just answered it.
Yeah. Can you create one on your own?
Oh, I have no idea.
That's what we'll be doing in class.
Bet.
That'll be one of the projects we'll do. Everything that I'm doing on Zoom, Hunter, you'll know how to do.
Bet.
That's the first thing, because we're going to need to work internationally and as a group. So we can see this. So we see that so far 58% are in finance. One person's in accounting, right? What do we have? 5 people in marketing, nobody in business technology, some people in, let's see here. What do we got here? Some people in economics and 7 in there. So it looks like what, Isa? How would you summarize that?
That most people are in finance?
Yeah, finance, right? A big percentage in the next major, it seems to be marketing. And the next major, we got a couple of people in entrepreneurs and 2 in legal studies, 2 in economics, and others. I guess the others may be, in this case, if we share the results, is that the others may be, what? Maybe, I guess, undeclared. And so I stopped sharing. Okay. So these are the type of things that I'll be looking at. And then if I looked at one more poll, right, in this case, he says, let's do another poll that is, I guess, in AI. You want to do use of AI?
Yes, let's do that one.
Okay, so let's do that one and see what's available.
The short answer.
It's a short answer. And what do you want these people to do then? How have you used AI? And they just and they need to do what? Just set that up, and you want to share your results?
Yes, I think we can just share once they're done answering.
Yeah.
It's only 40% right now.
Yeah. So everybody answer the results. Okay. So we got it, Isa.
90%.
Okay. We'll do a countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so let's
Okay.
just share what we got.
Let's see. Can you see that?
View details, I guess you need to do.
It's taking me to sign in 1 second.
Yeah, see, we need to try that out. Because stop share. I have sharing, but I don't see anything. All I see is, have you used AI?
Yeah, neither do I actually. It's making
Yeah.
sense to my Apple.
Okay, so you may want to check that out next time, right? And try it out and see what were the ideas with it. So who here thinks that they really know they've used AI quite a bit? Raise your hand if you think you really have. So Ryan, what have you done with AI?
I just like ask it questions.
Ask it, and what do you use?
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT, okay. And you ask it like, today, did you use it?
No, I don't think I've used it today.
Okay. But usually like what, for homework or just in life in general, what you're gonna
No,
cook?
if I'm just like alone and I got a question, there's no one around me to ask, I'll just ask ChatGPT.
Oh, okay, great. And Maggie, what do you use it for? Or do you use AI?
I would say a lot of the time, if I have like ingredients in my kitchen and don't know what to make with them, I'll ask it to give me a recipe that I can use the ingredients for.
Okay. And Ian?
For some of my classes, I like take notes and then I ask it to like make like a more organized review sheet or ask it to make like flashcards or something.
Using what?
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT. Okay, so we're going to go through, Ian, a number of different software products that will help us, and also in prompting. And what I want you to be able to do, Ian, is as you as an AI consultant, review software that can help businesses be more profitable, be more efficient, be more effective. A lot of the class then will be concentrating even the standard AI products, how it will help businesses. So that's what we'll be doing. And one of the first things, like I was telling you, Hunter, is there's an AI. Did you know there's an AI companion to Zoom?
I did not know.
Yeah, so we'll be looking at the AI companion that even Zoom's using. That after a while, what you'll be able to say is, when is the exam? I was in class, but can you give me the key points of what was the class recording? Wouldn't that be nice? So in a lot of times we'll be using efficiently the polls. And this is like our first semester that we're getting to it. So I'm asking Isa that we need to see when we have those open-ended is how we can go about doing it.
I was able to get the answers,
Okay.
but it only sends it to us, not them.
Oh, it's can we view it?
Yeah,
Can
I
you
can share my
share
screen.
it? So share your screen and see what the answers were. So
Sure, let's do that. Can you guys see that?
yeah. So what is this asking then? So let's go to the beginning. So how have you used AI? So this is nice when you can see math questions, studying, use problems, recipes, research, okay, as a study guide, right? As tools where I fall short, right? Here are some of the things in terms of, you can see the emails here. And
Yeah.
one of the things that I ask you to do here is log in through your Zoom, always through your Blackboard. Go into the Zoom meetings through your Blackboard as well. So you can see here that it's working. So it's interesting. See if you can do this with basically, how did you get to those results, Isa?
So whenever we end the poll, there's a little like link right under that says like view more details, and then you
Uh-huh.
on it, sign in with your school stuff,
Okay.
and then you can access the results, but only if
Okay.
you're a host or a co-host.
Okay. So that's good to know. Right. And those are, but we definitely, for this, we want to share it with the class. Thank you. So at least we learned something, Isa.
Of course.
And that's what the class is about. We will be making mistakes along the way. And guess what? In this case, Roxy, what I want is you to document what are the problems. We're always going to have issues with software. We're going to have issues with the hardware, and then we're going to try to resolve them. Just like you, Nika, that we had to do. We got to resolve the problems as we continue. Okay. Any other comments from Ian, Maggie? Anything else in the chat that I need to address? So what I'm going to
all
do
good for now.
for today is I'm going to stop the class. I'm going to stop the recordings. You stay with me, but before I stop the recordings is I have Isa take attendance. So we'll do attendance in different periods of time, but Isa, you want to share your screen and show how you're going to be doing attendance? So if we say here in check-in, start check-in. And this is the code, everybody, 9705. And Isa, each time we'll put it in the chat. The 9705, you'll put that in the chat. It will last for 5 minutes where you're getting the attendance. And in this case, you have that 9705. You can stop sharing because it's in the chat, Isa. And what I let you know is I'm recording when I let you go, I stop recording and you can stay with me afterwards. If you have any questions, if you want to ask anything personal, I stop all recordings. So you are not broadcast with your individual questions. I will always talk about least privilege, that we only share what everyone needs to know. Everybody understand that, Hunter? That basically, if someone in the class has a special issue, no one else needs to know about that. And of course, we don't need it to be live streamed and we don't need it to be recorded. And I respect your privacy on it. We'll be talking about that. Those are other areas of the AI governance that we need to know. Okay, so if this is a class that you'd like to be in by choice, I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. You know what the agenda is, and you know how I operate with the class. And I'll see those of you that stay with me, I'll see you on Wednesday. And if you don't stay with me, that's fine too. What I accept is everybody has a choice and do what's best for you in your own way of learning. So in this case, if you've already done your attendance, anything else, you're free to leave. And later on, stay with me and I'll answer any questions offline. So see you next Wednesday. We'll
Thank
see
you,
each other.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Thank
Dr.
you.
Rush.
Thank you, Doctor.
My
Nice to meet you.
pleasure. And feel free to
Thank you, Dr.
give
Rush.
feedback. My pleasure. Keep up the good work, Maggie. Already positive on that. Okay. So Nika, let's do this. Let me, Isa has to make sure that I stop recording. But you know what? Nika, I'm gonna keep on recording because this is, other people may have the same problem. Okay, we're not talking about a personal problem. So do you know how to share your screen, Nika?
Yeah.
So share your screen, we'll see what the problem is.
So Nick and I were texting during class.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's probably because she's on an iPad, because that used to happen to me a lot.
Oh,
My
you're on
class,
an
that's
iPad?
always an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I
that's a
had her
problem.
clear her cookies anyway, just to see if that works, but
Yeah,
it's
but
probably just
iPad is a problem.
yeah, it's always the iPad.
Oh,
Do
okay.
you have another computer?
No, with me right now.
Not with you, so you'll access it's not due till Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay, Nika, so use perfect extra credit, Isa, for solving. And how do we know all these problems? Because we all face it. You know, the first time you have like no clue. So that's probably an idea. And Isa may want to send out a note to the class saying, make sure you don't use an iPad. You understand that what it is? People think, hey, no big deal. On Zoom, it's great, you know, use an iPad. So
Yeah,
iPad has problems working with Wiley Plus. So
Yeah.
tell them even in the classes that to be able, one is to make sure, Isa maybe wanted to send that out, make sure that you use Chrome is a good, sometimes Chrome is the best browser to use, and also use a laptop or a computer and do not use iPad.
Okay.
I'll do an announcement.
Yeah,
Thank you, Nika.
announcement is great that you can send out to everyone and then you can email it to as well.
Perfect.
Okay,
Thank you.
Nika, and I appreciate it. Are you now in Argentina or you're in Miami?
No, I'm in Miami.
Okay, perfect. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thanks for participating.
No, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
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 Bye, Nika.
Bye.
So I'm going to stop recording.
There you go.
I'm going to turn off the AI companion. What else do I need to turn off? I need to turn off
The YouTube.
my YouTube. I think I turned it off. Did I turn it off?
No.
Okay, so let me stop this. Can you turn off YouTube?